Powerful new structure deck and selection bot cards coming with the 4th anniversary. Let's break it down. It's time to duel. What's up, guys? DLE here, and we are coming at you right after the latest maintenance, the first maintenance of the new year. And we have what we believe is a couple of things. A lot of the stuff that's going to be coming out on the anniversary of Duel Links. That includes cards from the new selection box, as well as the Blue Eyes structure deck, name still unknown, as well as some other cards that we're not exactly sure where we're going to get them. But there's a lot of things coming, so let's break it down. I got Rye and PDS here on the line.
What's up?
Hello. Right, and let's get right into it. The first card, and something we do know for sure, Book of Moon is a new card that will be added in Selection Box Volume 4, and that's right, man. This is going to be a main selection box, so that is going to be stacked. How many packs are in a main selection box? I think there's 60 in a mini, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot
of money. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. And so Book of Moon will be a UR, and there's like 16 URs in those boxes, man. And even though each pack does guarantee you a UR or SR. So Book of Moon, iconic TCG card from long ago. Quick play spell. Target one face-up monster on the field. Change that target to face-down defense position. Oh man, it feels so good to read that. So for those of you who this is not immediately obvious why it's so good, let's think about where we see the flip face down effect, right? We usually see it on traps, right? Cards that we're going to have to set up for to activate it next turn. Now we have access to that as a quick play. We can activate it at the start of our turn, nullify any active monster effect that's going to be active on our opponent's side of the field by it being flipped down, unless your opponent has something else to say about it. Book of Moon just gives you an easy out to so many strategies with monster effects that shut down your field, like Madame Veer and Witchcrafters, something we were talking about right before recording.
Yeah, no, this card's really strong. Pretend like when you have it, just pretend you have a face-up Malehu and all the ramifications of having that. You get Karma Cut, you can Book of Moon your own monster. You set up a very specific combo. For example, the very popular one is the Madrop Boars, Merlin, and Grave with the trap. You try to set up a Driston pop on your opponent's turn. Well, if your opponent just opens this and starts it, they force your combo early or force you not to combo at all. And even if that's not the case, even if they go first, it's a quick play spell. You can just set it, and it's just another Canadia Floodgate type card. So it's very versatile, very strong. It's just a faster version of those cards. Dodge your opponent effects. Crazy. It's a new staple.
Yeah, so I'm pretty upset with Konami just because they're gonna go ahead and lock this behind the selection box. Like, why would you do that?
They're closing the gates, the jail gates. Saying you're gonna have to pay.
I'm serious, guys. I think this is the kind of card where if you don't have this, you're really behind. Like in the competitive scene, like it's ridiculous. Like this card is so good against so many decks. Like Rai said, it's good offensively and defensively. You karma cut your own monster. Or, if somebody karma cuts you, you just book them face down. You summon Alistair, they Fiendish Chain you book him face down, and he still gets his effects. Like, it's crazy. And then, of course, you can use it as a trap card. And, let's say also another instance, they have Desperado. You're not trying to get your monsters popped, just book them face down. And you play, easy. It's crazy. Yeah, this card is ridiculous.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we do have to say that, but even before this card comes out, that this is definitely a card that will have massive meta implications in just about every strategy, and it's going to affect just about every future strategy. Book of Moon is going to be a staple, like Fiendish Chain, like Karma Cut, one of these things that may have not been in the game at its early stages, but it's one of these newer cards that are coming out and bringing a lot of power to decks that need that kind of oomph.
Yeah, and another interesting thing about it is it's one of those cards where there's some replacements for it, but there's really nothing else of its class. So, like in a balanced deck, where they needed some defense, now Book of Moon is going to be that card where it's defense and also a spell card.
Goki's got their hand on Book of Moon now. Oh, you guys thought? Oh, you guys are done.
That's what I mean. Like that's a card that you could tell somebody to get Canadian, but it's a trap card. So it's not really. It doesn't help you with your ratios. But now this is a card that's So it's of its own class. Like it's one of those unreplaceable cards.
So I always say the less text on a card, the more broken it is. And that ain't a lot of text.
That is definitely one sentence.
Book of Moon came out a long time ago. It was limited to 1 for such a long time. We just got it back to 3 recently in the TCG. Actually, like it was limited to 1 for years and years and years and years.
Something that a lot of people got to remember too in Duel Links, no main phase 2 means flip down effects and cards that put you in defense mode are considerably stronger than how they were in TCG.
Yeah, that's it. And you thought that Canadian into Floodgate was bad? Think
imagine about let's go!
Imagine when you get Book of Moon, that you're like, I'll just flip my monster back up next turn, no problem. Oh, Floodgate. Oh, second Book of Moon. What are you gonna do? You are gonna just the decks that can utilize this card effectively without messing up the ratio are going to become so much more safe and so much more oppressive now. So I think that's going to be unlookable. We could talk about Book of Moon all day. Any closing statements before we move on real quick?
Damn
Konami, why?
What are you doing?
Why would you put this in the selection box? That's
they knew what they were doing. Everyone
I knew the structures are too big, too good to be true for too long.
Donald Trump called up Konami, was like, Konami, the Americans are getting their stimulus checks. You know what to do. And the rest was history. That was it. Next, we have got Galaxy Wave. Not too sure where this is going to be coming from.
Probably the Kaito event, the upcoming Kaito event.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
There you go. Yes.
This is a continuous spell card. Each time you exceed summon, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. This will most likely be nerfed to 250.
250.
Yeah, so.
And it's
anyway. next
card, please.
We've got Infestation Pandemic. This is a quick play spell. All face-up Elsworm monsters you currently control are unaffected by other spell traps effects this turn.
So they had said this is probably going to be a selection box UR as well.
Ooh,
one of those.
Okay, I would definitely see.
So just to clarify, Book of Moon and Infestation Pandemic are currently a UR in game. So
okay, there you go. Thank you for the clarification. So this is just gonna be good for making them unaffected. I'm not too sure.
This is a card you usually searched off of Evil Swarm Ophion back in the day. The rank 4. Right. But there's no way to search it in Duel Links because we don't have Ophion. So this is a card. I don't know. It's whatever.
Maybe for the future. I guess this kind of shows that more Elswarm stuff is coming, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and
right now they don't really do anything, so I don't care. I don't care.
You'd have to think that for this to be worth putting in a box like this, there'd have to be some other Elswarm support that's going to come out during the year before Infestation Pandemic sees its release in a box. So that's just my thinking behind that, but I don't think much is going to come of Elswarms, even though they do have some good Xyz monsters down the road. But yeah, it's a bit much to try to be worth investing in a selection box for. So next we have Xyz Tribal Rivals. Yes. This is a continuous trap. Face up Xyz monsters on the field with 2 or more Xyz materials cannot be destroyed by card effects. After damage calculation, if an Xyz monster you control battles an opponent's monster, destroy that opponent's monster. That Xyz material must have 2 or more Xyz materials attached to activate and to resolve this effect.
Wow. That is an interesting card.
I would side deck this.
I don't really like
Teller Knights, dude, because you're gonna have the Toros, the Dark Teller. They are always gonna have 3 materials. So
this reminds
me be cute versus Desperado.
Yeah. This reminds me of like another Amazon Onslaught, just not as it's like for XCs. They're probably gonna use this little farm deck, dude. Let's go. I'm down.
This is an SR, so it's probably gonna be an SR in the selection box. One of those exclusives.
Dude, put this in Tellers. If you play Endless Trap Hell, you can get this back even after they remove it. For sure, I'd pick this up.
I mean, destroyed by card effects. Unfortunately, like Karma Cut's kind of the new wave, so. I don't know about that, but the destroy the opponent's monster afterwards, I don't know. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool against Desperado, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, next we've got 2 SRs that kind of go hand in hand. We have Mythic Tree Dragon and Mythic Water Dragon. Mythic Tree Dragon is a Earth level 4 dragon. Once per turn, you can target 1 Water Dragon type monster you control. This card's level becomes the current level of that monster. And the effect of Mythic Water Dragon is it is a level 8 Water Dragon. If you control an Earth monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Mythic Water Dragon once per turn this way. So there you go. You summon Earth, special summon this. Earth copies level of the water. Rank 8 XCs.
Rank 8 XCs, exactly. And probably getting this in the Kaito event, if I had to guess. Maybe it'll be an NPC only cards. I don't know. I think they're pretty strong though. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested to see where we get this. Not too many ideas from me, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of like them also just because I think it's all lining up together. We're getting the Blue Eyes. We're getting some more rank 8 support. So I can see it's all starting to come together now. I see down the line, the next box will have a bunch of Galaxy monsters, and it'll be just more Blue Eye support, basically. So there you go.
I would hope so. So in the next card, we're going to talk about what we think is going to be in the new Blue Eye structure deck releasing on the anniversary of Duel Links, January 12th. Spellcaster. Level 4 Dark, the King of D. This card's name becomes Lord of D while on the field. When this card is normal summoned, you can discard 1 Spell and Trap card, add 1 the Flute of Summoning Dragon, the Melody of Awakening Dragon, or Dragon Revival Rhapsody from your deck to your hand. So, the Flute of Summoning Dragon, you're probably not going to use it on. But let's just put them here just for that. Flute of Summoning Dragon, and then we have Melody, which we already have in Duel Links.
Yes.
And we have this other card here, the new one, Dragon Revival Rhapsody. If you control a spellcaster monster, which will be the King of D, you can target up to 2 dragon monsters in your graveyard, including at least 1 normal monster. Special summon them. Your opponent takes no damage this turn. You can activate 1 Dragon Revival Rhapsody per turn. So keep in mind, 2 dragon monsters in your graveyard, 1 normal. Both Blue Eyes and Dragon Spirit White are normal monsters in your graveyard. You will just be having to worry about if you want to add alternative, you can do that back to your hand with this card. Now that's it's going to be in our deck.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice card. I don't know if Blue Eyes will play just because the main problem with Blue Eyes right now is they don't consistently draw like good opening hands. Sometimes you get Sage and some traps. Other times you get like 2 vanilla monsters and 2 traps, and then you just lose because you get outpaced. So it doesn't really solve that issue with the deck. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, and people will end up playing it. But I don't think. I think it's like a win more kind of card.
Yeah, I definitely think a normal spell is definitely not what Blue Eyes need in their deck. We've seen how much of a brick even cards that have been useful in the past, like Silver's Cry, have been, and the fact that this stops you from winning. I feel like if you are in a position where you can play this card and a King of D to activate it, you should have enough cards to do more than that.
I feel like this will probably be more into like a meme Blue Eyes build, like a Lightsworn build. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean? Like I don't think this is gonna be the main version. You go first, you set up your board, can't attack anyway, make a rank 8, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's going to be it. Then you can just search these as well, but you know, we already have them in the game. So I don't think King of D is going to be that great.
Well, the melody is going to be
melody is nice, yeah. Actually,
him being
you can
able
search
to, okay, yeah.
You can search the new alternative, you know, because we have it in the game now.
You get alternate and you get blue eyes, so you immediately are able to summon alternate on that.
And don't forget, you can also search Levinier with melody.
Yes,
you know, you're playing some blue eyes spice.
Yeah. So I think he might actually be good. Like you play a combination of him, probably the ancient rules, right? If you don't have blue eyes but you have this card instead, screw it, you know, like we drop the ancient rules, we draw the alternate, summon the alternate, and go from there.
I mean, for me, like the card I would compare this to is the Keeper of Dragon Magic for Neos, you know, but like it doesn't do as much as Keeper did, you know. It's kind of just
blue leg.
It's okay, it's decent. I mean, you're probably gonna end up getting it in the structure deck, so you know, whatever. Yeah, you'll have it if you're gonna get those.
Yep. So that is gonna be it for the King of D. Next, we have Gold Gadget and Silver Gadget. Gold Gadget is a machine level 4 light. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one level 4 machine monster from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon one level 4 gadget monster from your deck except Gold Gadget. You can only use one Gold Gadget effect per turn, only once that turn. So finally, gadgets don't just summon one every turn. They can do a little bit more than that now. But yeah, so I'm taking these are going to be selection box.
Yeah, the Gold Gadget is a UR and the Silver Gadget is an SR.
Okay, there you go. So now we have Silver Gadget. Level 4 light machine. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one level 4 machine monster from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one level 4 gadget from your deck. So good. It's also Gold Gadget.
Yeah, and don't forget, its destruction effect. It can summon a Gold Gadget, you know, and then you can summon one from your hand. So you know, you can do some nice little plays there. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for these cards, honestly, because the gadgets are really, really a nice little engine themselves. Like, they have a lot of ways to just recur a bunch of resources. And back in the day, I used to play them with the Machina, you know, the Machina Gear Frame, Machina Fortress. So yeah, you have a nice little a way to just abuse that. And then also, you know, we have Super Buddy, so I'm seeing another machine deck, you know, starting to come up here.
It'll probably be more like
I'm already seeing it in my head.
Like a control staple, you know, a lot of traps, a lot of XCs.
Yeah, a lot of, and then we also have the Machina, we have their XCs, right? The rank 4
gear,
Gear John X.
Yeah, we do have that. That is true.
Yes, you can search the Gear Frame, and then, you know, you summon Gear Frame. You get the Fortress. You got your buddy fights. You got your trap cards. You're gonna have a lot of discard fodder.
Yeah, this is an extremely competent rank 4 engine. I know you mentioned it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So yeah, I mean, even if you just summon a gadget from the deck, you know, you're good because you just you're gonna get more resources. You basically every summon is gonna be a +1. You know, it's kind of insane. You're gonna have hella pluses.
Alright, so next we have Shadow Spell, a continuous trap card. Activate this card by targeting one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 700 attack. Also, it cannot attack or change its battle position when it leaves the field. Destroy this card. It's all the way from starter deck Kaiba. That's how old this card is. Like,
oh man,
this card is one of the first in Yu-Gi-Oh, but here it is in Duel Links in 2020, and it is a boneless fiendish chain, to say the least.
Yeah,
it can activate in the damage step though. Got him. Let's go.
Got him indeed.
This is the Fiendish Chain when your mom says we have Fiendish Chain at home. It's an SR, but it's you know, you're gonna end up getting it from the selection box if you go for it. So you know what it is. What it is. You know, it's
you're
a whatever.
You're gonna want Book of Moon, and you're gonna get this. I guarantee you. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh god.
So yeah, I just want to say once again, guys, the rarities. You know, we only know the rarities, but we don't know if it's going to end up being in the selection box, or I mean, the only card we know for sure in the selection box is Book of Moon.
Right.
Yes. So all of these, the rest of them, honestly, we're just like taking up that.
It's where can they fit in?
Yeah. So we have 5 extra deck cards. The first one is number 46, Dragluon. This is a rank 8 light Dragon Xyz monster. 2 level 8 Dragon type monsters. Once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Then activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Dragon type monster from your hand, or target 1 Dragon type monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target. Or Dragon type monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects until the end of your opponent's turn.
Oh wow.
Okay, so Blue Eyes matchup, mirror match. It's
I mean the mirror. I could see some level duplication shenanigans with other decks potentially using this.
In the show, the guy used the Mythic tree and the Mythic water to summon this against Kaito.
Oh baby.
So yeah, so.
I could also see, something like if you just have extra blue eyes in your hand, because but you've been adding them like crazy, you could make this with chained up monsters or something, chained up alternative.
Yeah, that's 6k. That's 6k damage.
Yeah,
I like it.
That is pretty cool. And once Blue Eyes gets its support, I would not be against running one of this in your deck. Something from your hand.
This one's probably going to be an event card, or I don't know, maybe it's NPC only, who knows, but it's a SR right now in game.
Sure, hope it finds its way to us. Next we have Star Liege Pella Dynamo, one of my favorite cards from TCG. It is a rank 4 light warrior Xyz monster, requires 2 level 4 light monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Change its attack to 0, and if you do, it has its effects negated. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or card effect and sent to your graveyard, draw 1 card. So 2000 attack, 1000 defense, and this is just good in just about anything that can establish level 4s in a light deck. So that Star Seraph deck PDS was talking about last week, Tellers.
Don't forget, when Noble Knights are summoned, they're lights.
They're lights.
There you go.
Well, yeah, it's also interesting because Noble Knights can make that 4K very easily. Gallatin, Caliber, and Gwynnifer. You make this guy on your follow-up turn. That's lethal right there. And
I have just we're doing this, right on the right on time. Right when the things come out. I just got word of the actual lineup for the selection box. So the URs are going to be Gold Gadget, Star Liege Pella Dynamo, Infestation Pandemic, and Book of Moon.
We got it, right?
And then the SRs in the selection box are going to be the Mythic Water Dragon, Mythic Tree Dragon, Silver Gadget, Evil Swarm Ouroboros, the Sylvan, the number 46, the Bujin, and the Xyz Tribal Rivals.
Okay.
So we hit the nail on the head.
And then the other ones are going to be Blue Eyes. Yeah, King of the End. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't hear Shadow Spell though, did we?
Yeah, didn't hear Shadow Spell.
Shadow Spell coming out in the Blue Eyes.
Didn't hear Galaxy Wave.
That would make sense because it's part of the Kaiba, right?
Yo!
What if they give it to us or something?
Alright, yeah. Sorry for the distraction, guys, but yeah, Star Liege Pella Dynamo. He's goated.
He is goated. He's one of the
and he draws the card.
These monsters.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
That he is in Duel Links. Very nice.
You only need 1 copy, realistically. So.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Next, we have Evil Swarm Ouroboros. Rank 4, Dark Dragon Xyz monster. Requires 3 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Each effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. Target 1 card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard and banish that target.
Jesus.
This card is nuts. Yeah, and it's you know what deck it's really good in?
Tellers?
Teller Knights.
That Star Seraph deck. Boy, let's go.
Yeah, it's
Tellers.
Four. That is nuts.
That is really crazy.
Is crazy. That's probably the craziest rank 4 Xyz monster.
It's so versatile, and if it actually, because realistically, you'll probably only get one. Well, I don't know. 2750 attack's really good.
No, yeah. Usually, you start it off. You get to discard at least. That's already a +1.
Yeah.
Then,
or even like the graveyard banish could be good against a lot of decks.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Very nice.
Yeah, ripping out a hand. Oh my god, going turn 1 and ripping a card out of someone's hand. Oh, that's messed up.
And take it to effect, count guys. This is something you're only gonna have access to if you give Konami that money for the selection box. So again, this is something you're really gonna have to think about. These top tier cards are in here, and they're gonna be locked away for a year, 9 months to a year. So think about that. So next we have Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is a rank 1 light Xyz monster, plant Xyz monster. Requires 2 level 1 monsters. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, excavate the top card of your deck. If it is a spell trap, add it to your hand. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. You can send 1 other plant monster from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard, then target 1 Sylvan monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. 1800 attack for 2 level 1 monsters.
This card is great. I really like it a lot. It says Sylvan, but really you're going to have to change it. Just cross it out, put Blue Eyes Princess Sprite on there. Because they're going to be summoning their stones. They're going to be overlaying. They're going to be adding cards of consonants. It's going to be... And the other thing is, if it's not a spell trap, they get to mill it. So, they can get more stones into the graveyard. So this is a nice card. I like it a lot. They used it back in the day, Blue Eyes, in TCG.
There you guys go, Blue Eyes. And PDS is right, this is very, very accessible for Blue Eyes. If you can think, if you do start off at a time where you open 2 stones, you're usually at a kind of disadvantage because your opponent can manipulate how they send them to the grave. They can leave them on the field for long enough. Now you don't give them that option. You overlay them, they're going to the grave no matter what, and now you plus off it as well.
Isn't there also a Blue Eyes card that summons a tuner as well? From
yes,
Warrior
Master with Eyes of Blue summons a level 1 light tuner from the grave.
No, it adds it back to your hand.
It adds it back to your hand?
Yeah. I think you guys are thinking about the field spell. It lets you get an additional summon.
No. It's oh god, what's his name? He's a tuner, and when he summons, if you have
yes, I know what you're talking about. He has like spiky hair. He has like his arms up. I forget his name though.
You can use him and then make this. If you want.
Oh god. All right.
I have to look it up while you guys discuss.
Put in the comments or something.
Like Warrior with Eyes of Blue or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah. So we got Bujinki Amaterasu.
It's Protector. I'm sorry. I have to look it up.
That's alright. No problem. Next, we've got Bujinki Amaterasu. This is a rank 4 light Xyz monster.
Bujin support.
Yeah. Beast Warrior Xyz. 3 level 4 monsters. You can only control 1 Bujinki Amaterasu once per turn. During either player's turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Apply this effect, depending on whose turn it is. Your turn, you target 1 of your banished level 4 or lower monsters. Special summon that target. Your opponent's turn, target 1 of your banished level 4 or lower monsters, add that target to your hand. So this is pretty interesting, but the way Bujins play right now, they play in a way that they really depend on the Bujin Carnation Xyz summon. And so establishing 3 level 4 monsters, I feel like it's going to be going out of their way for them. And I don't think this is as viable of an Xyz monster as Susanoo.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Me and Mango did a bunch of Omega testing when Omega was still in beta, and he tried a bunch of the Bujin cards. This was one of them. It just never really felt like the deck did anything, even with like almost full support. All the way up to the Pendulum era. So I don't think this is.
This is a card that's it never really saw play in Bujins. It was mostly used in other, rank 4 strategies. Yeah. I definitely saw this being played in Lightsworn. That was a deck, that definitely played this, but we don't have. It's not the same kind of deck, so I don't know where this. I don't really think this has a spot right now, but it has potential to be good in the future.
Like, I guess you can recover a Karma Cut, but 3 monsters to do that.
Yeah, that
is good. I don't know.
Definitely pretty rough. And I just 3 level 4 monsters. we got this guy, man. We got Ouroboros. Come on, man. we got Ouroboros for 3 monsters. What the heck? Even Bujins would rather
maybe
summon,
in the future or something.
Bujins would rather summon Ouroboros than friggin' Amaterasu. So yeah, he is not going to be too great, and he is coming in at an SR, likely in the selection box.
They're SRs. Yeah, yes. Basically everything on the bottom is SR except for the Pella Dynamo, Starlight Pella Dynamo.
So, closing thoughts. I am definitely thinking that Book of Moon and the Xyz monsters are going to be carrying this selection box, and I'm gonna say it. If you want to be a competitive player, it's going to be just like Phoenix Chain. You have to get Book of Moon. If you want to be winning the top tournaments, people are going to have Book of Moon. If you're thinking of competing anywhere in Duel Links near the top, people are going to be having Book of Moon. KC Cup, whatever it is, they're going to have it. So you might have to make that decision, and that's really going to depend on, how much, who you are as a player. The Blue Eye Structure deck, I'm looking forward to it. King of D looks great. Like we said, not so much with the new card, but with Melody. The Xyz monsters are looking alright from the selection box. Dragonlon, Starleech, and Ouroboros. Princess Sprite as well. But I'm just really excited for Book of Moon, man. I don't think anything else really calls out to me like Book of Moon does. But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at the history of Duel Links as a game, flipping things into defense mode or face down defense mode has always been meta defining in the game. Everything that does it has always been meta defining. Malehu, Canadia, Floodgate, it doesn't matter. Sphere Karibo. If you turn cards the wrong direction, you're meta relevant. So, Book of Moon will definitely be meta relevant, but this is it's like fusing Canadia with a Forbidden Lance. You put them together, and it's just this amazing all-in-one card. That can be used in multiple aggressive strategies and multiple defensive strategies. It's just like how Econ, you can use Econ offensively and defensively. We see how good that is. It's very hard to see a world where this isn't immediately a staple at 3. Again, if you're a competitive player, you already made up your mind buying this 3 times over, or you're quitting Duel Links, I guess, one or the other. There's really no difference. But if you're not as confident, there's plenty of tournaments, battle phases, damage steps, where you'll see this card probably used, just like we saw Fiendish Chain when we saw the top 32, like 20 of the top 32 cards had Fiendish Chain. It was like, okay, well, Fiendish Chain's obviously good. You'll see that kind of clearly with Book of Moon, and I think that's what's going to happen. Besides that, I'm hyped for the Xyz monsters. So this looks like some really strong Xyz monsters coming out. So I'm excited to see how those work out, especially with a lot of the decks that have been spamming monsters, Teller Knights, Thunder Dragons, even Noble Knights. I'm excited to see how those help out. And Blue Eye, looks like Blue Eyes is going to be a thing. Oh my god, yeah. It's kind of nuts, and I'm kind of excited for that. Like actual legitimate Blue Eyes, not brick eyes that we've had all this time. These are the things that are going to help them on bricks. So we'll see how that works out for them.
PDS?
Yeah, I wanted to say I am absolutely disgusted by Konami for doing this. Like they're really messed up for doing that to the free-to-play players. Just like I hate when they do the whole putting it into, putting all these great cards into a locked pay-to-win type of thing. I really hate that. That being said, though, I will be buying the selection box 3 times. I'll buy it 4 times for somebody in the comments. I mean, 4 times on my account, of course, but just say like, "Oh, PDS," But no, I really hate when they do that, because I always want Yu-Gi-Oh to be as accessible as possible to everyone. So.
And that's the thing. It's not even just like, I don't know, like when I see this card, when I saw Fiendish Chain, like originally when Necro Valley, right, and Offerings were the cards, I was like, yeah, those are good, but like, come on, really, is it really gonna be a big deal? But when I saw Fiendish Chain, I was like, oh my god, like that's really good, and now it's used up. Now when I see Book of Moon, I'm like, oh my god, this is like the best one we've gotten yet. It's like the worst thing you can possibly get. Like it's UR, it's selection main.
Yeah, it's UR selection main, and I think that is the worst thing. If is that it's not going to be available, and it is going to be such an impactful card. I think, you know, we're probably going to get a lot of flaw for hyping it up, but, you know, it really is going to be insane, guys. Quick play, flipping things down is nuts, and it's going to be super meta relevant. And I just think it's a shame that, you know, people are not going to have access to this year round.
And, you know, as always, don't invest right away, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're a competitive player and you're playing in tournaments, don't invest right away. You'll see we always do box follow-ups after the tournament so we can actually analyze the data. But, you know, it's, again...
Selection box is only going to be here for 3 weeks, so...
I was going to even say, I would even go as far as to say, if you cannot afford to spend any money in the selection box, do not even go into it at all, because it is like...
Yeah, your gems are not even worth it. Your chances of getting the new card
is rough,
so
man.
low in a main selection box. It is so low that it is not even worth it. Like, there's 16 URs and 28 SRs. Do you really think you're going to get Book of Moon when you're 10 packs you can buy with gems? Come on.
And you need 3, you know, not just one.
Yeah, you need 3.
The 3.
And if you reset, you don't get to spend with more gems, so don't try it. Don't try it.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think that's it. Screw you,
Book of Moon.
Konami.
Let's go.
But Book of Moon, let's go. This is
Let's go Book of Moon. Let's go Gadgets, Gadget Army.
Let's go Gadgets. Let's go Xyz. Let's go Book of Moon. But screw you, Konami. So that's it, guys. Let us know what you think of the selection box and the structure deck and the rest of the cards that came out in the leaks in the comments. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.